Hey, let's get the door. Hey, come on in. Welcome back to the Tiger Center, the 7th hour math lab at Lewis and Clark High School. Today we're in Algebra 2, and we're going to revisit complex numbers, practice 004. Find the zeros of the functions. Identify if the roots are real or non-real complex numbers. We must show our work to justify our answer. And if you don't remember, here's the quadratic formula. So, I'm Mr. Monty. Let's sit down and try to do the first one together. G of x equals x squared plus 6x plus 14. Well, the first thing I would do is make sure we identify A, B, and C. A, B, C. Our A is going to be 1, B, positive 6, and C, positive 14. Now let's plug it in and see what we come up with. The opposite of B, plus or minus B squared minus 4 times A times C, all divided by 2 times A. Most important thing is to get it written out properly the first time, and then let's do it a step at a time so we don't make any math errors. We can start to simplify. We have negative 6 plus or minus, on the inside, 36 minus 4 times 1 times 14. 56, all divided by 2. Negative 6 plus or minus the square root of negative 20 all over 2. Square root of negative 20. Let's go off to the side over here and make sure that we remember square root of negative 20 can be rewritten square root of negative 1 times the square root of 20. And we have that little identity. Square root of negative 1 is equal to I. And then the square root of 20, we can factor that. 4 times 5. Factor the 4 and we get a pair of 2's. One breaks out, one gives away, leaving the 5 on the inside. So 2 square root of 5. So the square root of 20 breaks down into two different things. I, 2 square root 5. So now, x equals negative 6 plus or minus 2i square root of 5, all divided by 2. Now we can simplify. Negative 6 divided by 2 gives us a negative 3, plus or minus 2 divided by 2 is 1, I root 5. So now we're almost done. We can see that the zeros are negative 3 plus I radical 5 and negative 3 minus I radical 5. Finally, we will say we have two non-real complex numbers. We have two non-real complex numbers. So, we're revisiting complex numbers. This was practice 004. We did the first one together. If you have any issues trying to do the next three, make sure you stop by the tutoring center after school at Lewis and Clark so we can give you a hand. Thanks for stopping by.